About 3 years ago, I was sitting in the hot tub with my friend John, and I was like, man, I'm sick of being fucking overweight. I'm so backed up and behind on my work. My house is a mess. My brain is a mess. You know, I just can't focus on anything, and I just don't know what to do. And I was going to my buddy for advice, and he said there's only one thing I need to do, and that was to read this book. And since then, reorganized my entire life. I lost about 80 pounds. I've made millions of dollars. Mentally, I'm a much better person, and it was all thanks to the Slight Edge. And if you're wondering what's the secret thing in this book that has changed my life and so many other people's lives, that's what we're going to be going over in this video. So there's a few takeaways that I think I got from this book, and the things that were really the most life-changing. I'm not going to go into all the fluff and all the stuff that doesn't really matter that much, but the most important thing to me was just that you see people that seem to have everything together, right? Their business is doing great, their life is doing great, they're fit, you know, they don't seem to be stressed out. And it's like, what's the secret ingredient that that person has that makes them different from you? Because if you're somebody that was in my shoes, you know, you're unhealthy, you're a mess. I mean, you walk in, counters, you know, shit everywhere, you know, relationships a mess, you know, everything's just messy. You kind of look at these guys like they're superhumans. Like, you don't really understand how they manage all this stuff. Like, let's say there's a million things going on in your life at any given point, and what the book The Slight Edge talks about and what the slight edge is, it's not what you think it means. Basically what it is, doing micro tasks every single day to slowly move you towards your goals. And that's why it's called the Slight Edge, because it's not some, you know, magical day where you spend 20 hours and don't sleep just catching up on all your work. That's not what it is at all. The idea is that if you follow the slight edge, you don't need to do that because there will never be anything to catch up on. Think of it like this, and this is a quote taken straight from the book. The way that the Grand Canyon was made was not with dynamite. It was not with, you know, some very quick action. You know, it was not an overnight thing. It was basically just a river. Like, it started off just with some water trickling. And then through millions and millions of years, that water ate away at the ground. And now, look how beautiful and big it is. And we look at it and we're like, man, that's like supernatural type growth. That's like crazy. How did Earth do that, right? But the reality is, it was a slow thing happening constantly, and we're just seeing that compounded over millions of years. And it's no different for relationships, your health. You know, if you want to lose weight, gain muscle, you know, if you want to bulk or cut, doesn't matter. They're basically saying that you shouldn't hit the gym once a week and basically go hard as fuck. You should hit the gym every day. And it's not even about going hard, it's more about doing it every single day. And this is the thing that the Slight Edge talks about that a lot of other entrepreneurial books don't, is that it's about the little things that you want to do each day. And if you have something that you're getting behind on, it's more than likely because you're just coasting through life and you're not really, you know, taking the time and putting in the energy every single day to progress on those things. Now, when I was sitting in that hot tub, I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, reading this book is gonna, you know, do what for me, right? I'm gonna read this book. I'm not even a reader. I don't even like reading books. I've read this one 4 times. It's the only book I've ever read multiple times. So we had to move because the camera overheated. It's a little hot here in Sedona. But yeah, I didn't really believe it. I kind of was like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm going to read this book and my life's going to change. Big deal. But I read the book, and the way that I really implemented it was I just started doing little things every single day. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to go crazy into this. I'm not going to do anything nuts. And I'm like, you know what? Let's use picking up my house, for example. Because everything was a mess. Like I said, every surface had stuff on it. There's trash everywhere. You know, just weird belongings that needed to be thrown away or moved that were just out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to handle one thing a day. And, you know, I'm just going to get this house clean. It's probably going to take me 6 months, you know, to get it fully cleaned up. And then I'll just spend, you know, 10 minutes a day doing one thing to clean the house. And I did this for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks. And I shit you not, at the end of 2 weeks with like 10, 15 minutes a day, there's like nothing left to do. I'm like struggling to find things to do. And that stressful part of my life just completely disappeared. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this, like, you need to read this book and implement it in that exact same way. Give yourself something, or for everything that is like stressing you out or whatever, and just be like, all right, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes a day on this one thing, whether it's your health, business, making money, relationships, cleaning your house, and you will be absolutely mind blown at the progress you can make with 10 dedicated minutes every single day. And it's been years, and since then, my house has pretty much been spick and span, spotless, ever since. And if it does get a tiny bit messy, or if I need a big project like redoing some landscaping or cleaning the garage, 10 minutes a day, baby, that's all it takes. And then within a few days, it'll be good. Because the truth is, every task, whether it's losing weight, putting work into your business, relationships, cleaning your house, your car, whatever it is, you build it up in your mind to be a way bigger job than it is. And all you got to do is slight edge your way to success. And it's very, very simple to do. And you can use this, again, to do anything. It doesn't matter. Fitness, business, whatever. So that's the way that I would do it. As soon as I started seeing the results from this book, I immediately went and bought 6 copies and gave them to every single one of my friends, people that work for me, everybody in my life. And right now we're in Sedona, and I actually have a lot of those friends here. So let's see what other people think of this book and how it affected them, how they implemented it. What was your main takeaway, and how did you implement it?
I think main takeaway wise, it's about the small actions. So just the idea that a lot of small actions in the right direction makes a huge difference. Over time, that compounds, can entirely change your situation, a business, personal life, whatever it might be.
Doing these small things consistently every single day is what actually makes big changes. It's not one day you work for 4 hours and you are a millionaire. That's not how life works. And it's really the small steps every single day that make the big difference.
How did you implement it? Do you have any key ways that you were able to implement it that really had a big effect for you?
Life is a curved construction, and time could either expose you and make you better, or time could expose you and show you who the fuck you really are.
Implementing it wise, exactly that. Trying to check off 2 to 3 things a day that are needle moving, that are going to take me from where I am right now to where I want to be in X amount of time.
You don't see the effect right away. I would say it's not a big effect. It's just doing the right things every single day. I read it, I think freshman year of college, and I was in the dorms, and it was very tough to get things done, surrounded by a bunch of college students, especially in the dorms. And I remember reading that book and just wanting to go to the gym, wanting to do stuff when people were partying. And that's just one mindset change for school. And then I applied that same exact mindset to my business, and it really put me levels ahead in my freshman year of college, which was, I could have been drinking and partying, but yeah, that book really changed everything, to be honest.
So let me ask you, bro, because you're one of the best salespeople I know. How did this book affect your sales career?
It affected it tremendously, because once I realized that my habits are what controls my future and control my success, all I had to do was fixate the correct habits in my life. I developed habits to read every single day. I developed habits to never leave until I got an answer, whether it was yes or no. And just structured my life around habits and creating the staying power of always being consistent in everything I do, just from the habits that I had.
So one last question. Who would you recommend read this book?
It's gonna sound cliche, but
honestly, everybody.
Everyone.
to everyone.
I mean, it's going to help you out in any part of your life, whether you're in business, trying to better yourself, school. It's a big help in any situation.
Everyone is looking for that direction in their life.
Doctors,
nurses,
construction workers,
owners,
business owners,
porn stars,
OnlyFans, internet marketers, e-com, everyone.
Anyone should read it. I know that's a pretty cliche statement, but
yeah,
it is one of those books. I mean, that's why you're making a video on it. Anyone can benefit from reading the book.
Right.
If you have no direction in your life, my best recommendation is to read this book, because you're going to get a sense of what habits I need to construct the life that I want.
Boom. He said it, not me. Let's get it. Sharing your experiences.
No problem.
Cool. Thank you so much for sharing, bro.
All right.
So, as you can see, everybody agrees. This book is absolutely life-changing, and if you want to read it and support our channel, please go click the Amazon link in the description and buy it. Like, subscribe, comment, and never forget.
Never, ever stop edging.
So how many times have you really edged?
Bro.
Yo, JP, how many times do you edge a week? Slight edging up, or you're slight edging down, and there's no in between.
And what people don't realize, too, is that
What?
How many times do I edge per week?
Yeah.
Dude, 0 times per week.
0?
0 times per week.
Did the book even do anything for you? Thank you for sharing your experiences.
No problem.
King Edger.
Yeah.